Hola, hi guys. The struggle is real, okay? The struggle is real. Hi. First of all, I'm just like embarrassed. I am embarrassed beyond measure, but it's okay. It's been a minute. You know, just recently, one of my friends texted me. I think he went to my YouTube channel and then texted me, and he's like, "It's been 6 months since you last posted. What's going on?" Embarrassment. I am embarrassed beyond. I mean, it's just, yeah. But how are you guys doing? First of all, can you hear me? Because there's a lot of activity out here. It's too windy. They're like borders, yeah, passing around. I love, you know how the way they. It's just too much, and that is the reason why I'm wearing my earphone on my way to work. I always have to listen to a podcast. So recently, I have been loving The Mindset Mentor. This is by Rob Dial, and Sema ma wake up call, Sema ma like slap in the face, Sema like rude awakening. Yeah. That podcast, you should all listen to. You should listen. So last week I posted this picture on my Instagram stories, and I think on my WhatsApp status. I can't remember very well. The wind is not letting me prosper. And I asked you guys, because I've listened to a couple of his podcasts and I really liked it. And I asked you guys if you want me to share like my top 5 podcasts by Rob Dahl, and a number of you are like, yes, please share. We need to video to know what's happening, and of course also listening to some of the messages that he has on his podcast. And I was like, more than glad. Say no more. I'll try as much as possible and not make this video long, because you all know I can talk and talk and talk and talk and talk. Okay, fine. Let's focus. So, no, fine. It is a podcast where he talks about 1% better every single day. And in this podcast, he just talks about self-improvement, and he talks about the fact that this is a journey. This is something that you need to make. It's a lifestyle. It's not like today, you are here, and then tomorrow you expect to be, like 50 or 500 steps ahead of what you were yesterday. That ain't it. That would happen. So he gave a really good example, and he said, listen, if yesterday you spent maybe 1 hour 30 minutes on the couch watching TV, which we all do, he says, how about try and do 1 hour today, and then do 30 minutes tomorrow? And he says, we might look at it and think, what much of a difference does that make? But he says, listen, we have 365 days in a year, right? If you make yourself 1% better today, and of course do that for the rest of the year, that is 365 days. So he says that is 3.65% better than you were today. Number 4, stop holding yourself back. How many of us are culprits of that? Yeah. And he says, listen, in life there are 2 choices, and I think by the end of this video you'll realize that all this are somewhat interlinked. Okay, because this is, again, stop holding yourself back. Of course, improving yourself like 1% better every single day, but more or less interlinked. It's because it's all about choices, okay, and decisions that we have to make on every single day. So he says, listen, in life you have only 2 choices. It's either get the life that you want, or you don't. That's it. There are no gray areas. There are no, well, maybe, it's either black or white. And he also talks about the fact that we love to make excuses. And guess what? It's so easy. It is very easy to make excuses as compared to taking action. And I would say I am also a culprit for this, where we always have an excuse to as to why we're not doing the things that we're supposed to do to make sure that we create the life that we want. And one of the most common excuses that people make. Guess what? I don't have time. This girl right here, I don't have time. My work is demanding. I get to the office maybe early, I leave late. I don't have time. By the time I get home, I am tired. I just want to get into the shower, eat, and go to bed. Sometimes I don't even eat. Get into the shower and go to bed. This is what he said. And it was more of a slap in the face. Why am I slouching? It was more of a slap in the face. He's like, listen, we all have 24 hours in a day. I mean, I know I've had this like over and over again, but it's the way he said it. He said, we all have 24 hours in a day. I mean, when rich people get like 72 hours, and when I say rich, listen, it's not all about money and wealth and all those things. I mean, money and wealth are good, they help us lead a better life, but happiness and all those choices that by the end of the day you're content and you're happy with yourself. Those people don't have like 72 hours in a day. You only have 24. No, all of us have 24 hours in a day. So they choose to make use of the 24 hours in a day and create the life that they want. You are stuck here saying, I do not have time. Guess what? You will never have time. And listen, this is one of the things that we always do. I'll do it tomorrow. Oh no, I'll do it on the weekend because I am free on weekends, so I can do it on the weekend. Guess what? The weekend will come and you will have something to do that you will not do what you intend to do to create the life that you want. So really, he says, listen, there is no other time than now. So you either do or you don't. Either take action or you don't. But at the end of the day, when you're like 18, this is what he said as well. He says, listen, if you're 18 and you look back and you look at the life that you're leading at that time, that is at 18, and you're not happy about, guess who's to blame? Yep, you. Or for those who have kids, I have kids. And he also said something. He said, listen, funny, when you didn't have kids, was your life much better than it is today? I mean, were you successful in all areas, not only money? That now you're not because you have kids. And he says, listen, how many single mothers do we have out here who they are raising the kids by themselves and making the most of the time that they have, and they're happy and they are successful in all areas. So you saying that you have kids, that's not an excuse. And he says something really, really important and powerful. He said, listen, you can either use your kids as an excuse or you can use them as a motivation to give them the best life. Wow. Yeah. So it's up to you. Take action or don't. Totally on you. You will not blame anyone but yourself. Yeah, let's move on to number 3. Okay, so stop holding yourself back, take action and move with it. Whether it is the right action or not, take action and just move with it. Okay, stop holding yourself back. I don't have time. I'll do it tomorrow. I have kids. I have school. I have work. I have this. I have that. Make time, okay? Make time, all right? Number 3 is stop playing small. Hello? Stop playing small. Okay, now, do we all know about like the tall poppy syndrome? Not puppy, the tall poppy. P-O-P-P-Y. The tall poppy syndrome. This, when they're growing in the field, and then when one is taller, of course, the farmer would go and do what? And cut the one that is taller so that they all remain on the same level. Most of the time, we really fear to go above and beyond. Why? Because we just want to fit in. Me, I don't want to work too hard because when I get money, people will not love me anymore. People will start judging me. People will do this, people will do that. My family will not love me anymore. And I can understand sometimes why, because again, people can and again, look around. These are the things that we see on a day-to-day basis and the interaction that we have. Lots of people, you will find people talking about someone who is doing very well, who is successful, and start thinking, they must have stolen that. It's India. So you start speaking ill of this person And yet they just decided, listen, we are not going to fit in. And there's so many cultural norms and societal norms that sometimes we find ourselves choked in. And I say choked in, like seriously choked in, because we do not want to annoy our parents, we do not want to disappoint our friends, we do not want to seem as if we're like know-it-alls and we own the world. I mean, yeah, we do not want to do that. We do not want to disobey parents and all those things. But listen, not fitting in is not a crime, okay? We all have one life. We all live once. So really, live your life. I feel like I'm just speaking to myself because always, like, this podcast was just fire. And like I said, it was like a rude awakening for me, and a reminder, because I know what I'm supposed to do. I know my potential. I know all those things, but for some weird reason, I just don't do the things I'm supposed to do to make sure that I flourish. So that's a problem, okay? And then number 2, I need you focused for this, okay? I need you focused for this. So let me give you a moment. Let me give you a moment to just settle down. Stop whatever you're doing. If you're watching this and doing dishes, or if you're watching this and cooking, please stop for a moment. Okay? So number 2 is why perfection ruins your productivity. And all perfectionists in the house said, amen. Listen, there is nothing as perfection. You know what? I'm just going to read some of the things that he said. That was like, one of the things he said is like, listen, perfection is total bullshit. Yep, perfection is total bullshit. And I know, I've had this over and over again, that there's nothing as perfection. Like, it's just nothing like that. But listen, this is me. I struggle with this a lot. And even recording this video, I'm like, are you going to do this or not? We don't know. But it's just recorded. Why? Because I feel, maybe the angle wasn't right. Or no, maybe the background wasn't right. Oh, the audio, can you hear me? Like, it wasn't right. Like, these two small things that by the end of the day, and I have like a couple of videos that I have recorded, and guess what? I've not posted them. Why? They are not perfect. But he says, listen, that kills your productivity. Suppose I had posted those videos. Okay? So he says, perfection is a mask that we wear to cover up, guess what? Fear. Yeah, Rob Dahl does not mince anything. He says it as it is. He is very cut. And whether it's either take it or not, like take it or leave it, this is how things are. And I really, really liked that. I feel he was like just slapping me and telling me, wake up. And he said, listen, sometimes you'd find that some people who are nowhere as good as you are, nowhere as talented as you are, nowhere as skilled as you are, but guess what? They take action. And I can tell you for a fact, I have seen people, and I'm not saying that I am good and at you am perfect, or I am the best, or this. Listen, there's no problem with that. Actually, I take it back. I am really, really good. Okay, so there's some people, I mean, you look at them and where they are, and you're like, how did you even get there? I am more talented, I have more skills than you, but you're here, and I'm stuck here. Why? They didn't care. Whatever they did, whether it was perfect or not, they just took action, put themselves out there, and they are thriving. They are doing very well. But you, as in me, as in you, simply because you think it's not perfect, I'll wait until the time is right, or I'll wait until it's perfect for me to do it. Whether it's to look for a job, whether it's to post, let's say on Instagram or on YouTube or this or that, whether it is to whatever it is, okay? That aspect of waiting until the time is right, there's nothing like that, or until it's perfect enough, there is nothing like that. put it out there, because you hide behind that aspect of I am a perfectionist, and yet really you're just scared. You're scared that people will judge you. You're scared that people will not like you, or people will not like the material that you maybe give up, whether it's content creation, whether it is painting, whether it's singing, whether it's whatever it is. You're just scared that people will not like it, people will not like you. What if they have like negative things to say? What if? And then before you know it, you just don't do anything. And I think that is one of the reasons why I have not posted in a long while. Okay, it's not perfect. Let me wait until I have like the best microphone. Let me wait until I have like the best background. Let me wait until I have like the best. 6 months later, I've not posted anything. And I thought about it that day when I listened to this podcast, and I was like, wow, where would you be if you posted consistently for that 6 months that you had not posted? You could have improved your numbers. You could have improved in terms of editing and angles and all those things. You could have made great strides. Those a blow that hit me hard. It really did. Okay, and drum rolls, please. Numero uno, that is number one, is remembering where your power belongs. And I know this is big. This is really, really big. And this is the latest podcast that I listened to that made me think, listen, I need to share this. I need to share this because it was really, really good. And this one, it is Rob Dial and another guy. Oh my goodness, what was his name? I've forgotten his name, but I'll put his name here. And he was basically talking about his life story. So listen, he was born in a dysfunctional family, and then hustled his way. He had a lot of energy, but didn't know, where to disperse this energy, the right way to disperse this energy, and he did a lot. I mean, he messed around with women. He didn't care. He robbed. He did all those things. Okay, and then fast forward, landed a job that is as a model, and then all of a sudden he got a lot of money, like going from no money to a lot of money in a short period of time. Didn't know what to do with the money, squandered all the money, got involved in with some guys that he started transporting drugs, and then ended up in jail in France. And this, while he was in France, in jail, this is where his life completely changed, because again he had all the time, and he had to really go back and figure out, who am I? What is that inner child? And what were they like? And what did he like? Yes, can I finish recording? Thank you. So, what did that child like? What was he like? What was he passionate about? So he started reading books. He started reading the Bible cover to cover. He wrote songs because he really liked to sing. So he went back to that childhood, and he did so much that he was actually released before time. Now, this didn't stop, because he went out. He was hosted by a friend. Given a house, all those things, was given an ultimatum: make sure that you produce music because you wanted to be a singer. And again, so he's given, like, within 28 days within 30 days he had 28 songs. Or is it 28 days he had 30 songs? One of those. And landed a major recording, what is it called? Recording deal with like a major recording label. He started music, but then again, the music that this label was about, it had nothing to do with him. I mean, he wrote songs for major artists, but he performed, but it was not his style. He did not like it, and he had to quit the record label. I mean, he had like what, $500,000 worth of deal, and he was supposed to produce an album, but he walked away. and he left $400,000 on the table, and everybody thought he was crazy. But really, he said, listen, that was not me. It was not my authentic self, and I do not want to lose myself and be what other people expect me to be or want me to be. And that was really huge for me, because again, it got me thinking. I mean, there is who we are, who we are as a person, and who the world makes us to be. Okay, two different people. One is who we authentically are, and this other one is who the world has made us to be. And he said, my time in prison is when I found my freedom. Okay, I mean, there was money and cars and girls and all those things, but that is not who I was. That is not who I am. That is what the world made me to be. This is who I am. I am very expressive. I like to wear bright colors. I love to sing. I love to talk to people and interact with people. But then again, there's this me that the world made me to be, which I did not like. And it really got me thinking, and especially about my life. And when I was young, I mean, I knew at age 10 that I wanted to be a TV presenter. I knew that. And I would do things like, I would read letters to my grandma, I would read newspapers, and I was so passionate, and I knew there was nothing that was going to stop me from being a TV presenter. My dad wanted me to be a lawyer. I was going to spend 7 years in school. I mean, 3 years are not a problem, but I did not want that. Majority of my family, like from my dad's side, most of them are teachers. So I remember one day my dad and my mom, because both of them are teachers, they were like, kwani hakuna mtu anataka kukuwa mwalimu kati yenu? No, but my brother's a teacher now. But that is not what I wanted. I wanted to be a TV presenter ever since. And I remember I was very, it brought me a lot of joy. And right now, like talking about it just brings me joy, because this is what I like to do. This is me. And I was very, very passionate about it. I mean, not that I'm not passionate about it now, but I can say, looking back, it was, I mean, there's nothing else you could tell me. Really, nothing else you could tell me. Absolutely not. But then again, life happens. And yes, I went to school, studied journalism, got few jobs here and there, and at where I am right now, I am a journalist, and I also host a show. But life happens, like along the way, that sometimes it makes you doubt yourself. It makes you lose passion in what you love to do. It makes you think whether this is what you're destined to. You do a lot. You ask yourself a lot of questions, and sometimes lose the passion and all those things. But when I listened to this podcast, I was like, wow. And even now, like, you ask me, if you were not a TV presenter, what else would you do? I don't know. I have no answer for you, because this is what I wanted to do ever since I passed period. Okay. I've also been like a big dreamer. And I want a good life. I want a big house. I want to drive a big car. Like I want a big life. I want a successful life, really. And this cuts across. And like I said, I'm a very big dreamer. I dream big. I was born in West Pokot, and then later on we moved to Trans Nzoia. But I always knew, even as a child, that is not where I end. That is not where my story ends. I wanted to go out. I want to explore life. I want to meet people. I want to explore the world. I want to live big. But then again, like I said, so that is who I am. Was as a child, a big dreamer who knew what they wanted in life and never afraid to go for it. And looking at myself now as an adult, and things change. You lose passion, you lose focus, you lose track of who you are, you lose somewhat like your sense of self, because again, like I said, sometimes the world makes you be someone else who you are not, and you forget the things that you love to do and the things that are in you and who who you are as a person. So I really, really resonated with this, and I think that this is big because, again, it influences the decisions that you make on a day-to-day basis for me. And I would say the reasons why maybe I'm not where I am, because I lost that inner child. I have lost that big dreamer. I have lost the passion that I had towards getting what I want and achieving what I want. And then I listen to this because I'm like, wow, you can't. You just can't. You just can't lose that. You just cannot lose that. So, and I'm pretty sure there's so many of us watching this now and thinking, lost myself, lost who I am, because I just lost that inner child. So he's talking about how he was able to find himself while in prison. And you know how sometimes you have all these things and you think you'll be happy, but then again, the money, the girls, the men, all those things will not bring you happiness. And he says most of the time he used to think while he was not in prison that he was in prison. Because he was not happy. He had all the money, all the girls, and the women, everything else, but he wasn't happy. And then he went to prison. He is literally confined. There's no money, there are no women, there are no cars, there are no this group of people that he used to hang out with, but he found his freedom there. Wow. To be honest with you, it was a really, really eye-opener for me, and I think that is why it is number one favorite podcast by Rob Dial. So it was I mean, he has really, really good podcasts, really, really good podcasts that I can talk about over and over again, but like I said, I'll link everything below. So if you have time, please go and listen to all this podcast, and I'm pretty sure that it will change your life. So I have talked for a long period of time, so let me just pause it here. And I really, really hope that you really liked this, and I hope this sounds an eye-opener for you and a reminder of how great you are, of the fact that you are a masterpiece, and the fact that you are here for a purpose. So really go back and find out who you are and what you're destined to do, and create the life that you want, and not be scared. Okay, don't say that perfectionist when it's a total BS. Okay, so I really hope that you've enjoyed this video. I'll link everything below, and please feel free to share with me what of these 5 pointers or these 5 different podcasts that you really, really resonated with. Please share that on the comment section below. But if you have not subscribed, please subscribe to this channel. Let's grow this community together, where, like I said, it's all about winning. We want to win all aspects of our lives. So please subscribe if you have not, and make sure that you turn on the notification bell, and that tells you when a new video is up. So I'm gonna love you and leave you here, and let's just say I'll see you soon. Okay, I'll see you soon. I'm slowly getting back into the groove of things, and so some videos might be perfect, others might not be fun. Look at me, this is me going back to I'm a perfectionist. Listen, I will see you soon. I'll try as much as possible and be consistent, and not have this excuse of I do not have time. I will try and be as consistent as possible, and I know I have promised you. Anyway, no, I'm not gonna say that, because again, I'll feel the pressure to do it and do the pressure. Okay, you know what, guys? Bye.